Breathing. How hard can that be? And how can we screw it up when presenting? Don't worry, plenty of presenters get this wrong, and today we go through how to get it right. Welcome back. This weekly edition every Friday of the Japan Business Mastery Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy and president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and also two-time best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be released soon. We are bringing the show to you from our studio in the High Performance Center here in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. This is episode number 78, and we are talking about, to get your presentation right, get your breathing right. Before we get going, a quick word from our sponsor. If you want to become a fully competent and confident presenter, then do the High Impact Presentations course. We are all being judged when we speak, be it in the internal team meeting or in a public environment, be it the big bosses, clients, or an industry audience. Everyone is evaluating us. Don't blow it. Get the best training on the planet. Do the High Impact Presentations course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. Okay, now it is time for the show. So let's get going. Breathing is such a natural act, and normally we don't pay much attention. Somehow though, when we are giving a presentation, our breath control becomes a factor of success. One component is our nerves, which are driving the chemical surge through the body, making our heart rate skyrocket, which speeds up our breathing pattern. If we are not breathing properly, we can have mental whiteouts of the brain because we are not getting enough oxygen. We can't remember what it is we are supposed to say. We get lost, become panicking, and come across as disorganized, unconfident, and flakey. Voice is driven on the winds of breath exhalation, and lack of breath power impacts audibility. If we don't have good breath control, we can find ourselves squeaking out to the audience in this little voice that says, "I am not confident, I'm not confident, I'm not confident." We might find that our lack of breath control results in our final words of our sentences just dropping away to nothing. We often see speakers kill their key messages by not supporting the key points with their words voiced with power and conviction. There is no opportunity to punch out a strong message because we are just vocally doing a disappearing act in front of the audience. It could also be that we are becoming very breathy when we speak. It sounds similar to people who have respiratory illnesses. They always seem to be gasping for breath. Actually, they are. And so are speakers with no breath control. They simply can't pull in enough oxygen. The lack of breath control gets transmitted to our audience and our cadence when we speak. Our lack of air means we are confined to short, breathy sentences, and the lungs are only being filled in a very shallow fashion, just from the top portion. So, how do we stop this and better instruct our instrument, our wonderful speaking voice? I'm going to pass on what I have learnt from nearly 50 years of karate training, where breath control is absolutely vital. It's the same method used by singers. Controlling our nerves is a key part of breath control, because if we don't, we are working at cross purposes with ourselves. One of the techniques for controlling our nervousness is to go through some deep breathing exercises before we go on stage in front of the audience. We can do these seated or standing, and they don't take very long. Place both hands on your tummy and just touch lightly. As you breathe in, imagine you need to fill the lungs from the bottommost part of the diaphragm. To help us do this, we breathe slowly and deeply, and we can see if we are succeeding because the hands on our tummy are starting to move forward. This pushing out of the tummy is a good sign. It means we are doing the deep breath sequence correctly. We reverse the process and slowly exhale, and the hands are slowly drawn back in. We need to do this slowly because a bit too much force and speed here, and we become dizzy as the flood of oxygen to the brain makes us feel a bit lightheaded. Correct breath control gives us the ability to make the tonal variations which keep command of our audience. We can bring power to words and build to crescendos when we want to emphasize particular key points. It also helps us to relax and look super composed when we are standing in front of people. That confidence is contagious, and our audience buys what we are saying. And that is what we want, isn't it? Action steps. 1, get to the venue early and find a quiet, private place to do some breathing exercises. 2, place the hands over the tummy and check if we are breathing from the lower diaphragm or not. 3, make this method your default method of breathing from now on. 4, if you start to feel yourself lacking air, then reset and concentrate on breathing from the lower diaphragm. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Our website details are on screen now, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. It's awesome value, so please check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Touches in Noishie show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews, wherever you get your podcast. Also, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television show. Every Friday, the Japan Business Mastery show, and every Saturday, Japan's top business interviews on YouTube. We appreciate your support. Please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses, and please join us in that endeavor. In episode 79, we are talking about employ your secret weapon. Onegai tashimasu. Please join me next week to master business here, because that is what we all want, isn't it? Japan Business Mastery.